the way you treat me is always the same. Regardless of what you have to eat, smoke, drink, put into your body.
Right, right.
That's why I'm mad about the cigarettes, the cigars. Because I know I'm irritable. Because I'm hooked. And I have to revisit that addiction. And I need that deliverance again. And the Lord should really slap me because He did the work for me already. He took it away from me. And I said, I can handle it now. Am I still doing good, John? Okay, I'm going to ask you what my sermon was about on Sunday, so remember. Okay? Are you going to remember? Okay. Now, you know, I went on the computer, you know, if you put down addiction, my Lord, does this stuff come up. All kinds of stuff that man will say that people are addicted to. But you know, when I was in the Marine Corps, the guy under me was a tunnel rat and he was a heroin addict. But before he was a heroin addict, he was clean at one time. He didn't just one day wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to destroy my life and just start throwing a needle in my arm and lose my job, lose my wife, destroy myself physically, spiritually, financially, and just be controlled by this drug. But one day he decided, you know what? Whatever he was doing to make himself feel good, he decided, I need to bump it up a notch. And he ended up a heroin addict. Mm. What a shame. The drunk out there that's got his hand out. And his whole day consists of, can you give me a quarter? Can you give me some change? Because they got to buy some booze. He didn't decide when he was growing up, I'm going to be a guy that sits on the street corner with my hand out. That crack whore didn't decide that. Most of these people in these situations didn't decide they would go do these things and end up in a destructive behavior. Right. But they decided that I can just do a little bit, John, and I'll be okay because I got it. I'm in control. I'll never be like them. I saw that they're idiots. I'm just going to have a little bit. I'm going to party a little bit. And I'm going to make it. And I'm going to be successful. But church, think about your actions. And the things that God took away from you, and maybe like me about 25 years ago, you start looking. You may look good. Think about the consequences. Now, Jen Duma, when she's preaching, she's one to talk to next week because she wants to go on. She's been on the missionary trips with me. And I was thinking, I can't afford to go on that. Guess what God told me? Come on. What do you think God told me, Tim? I can't afford a missions trip next year. Quit smoking! You got it! I enjoyed it. Went to Nicaragua, we went to Honduras, and we had a blast. It was only like, for a week, it was like $900. Not bad. So if I quit smoking and save for the missions trip, I'll have money in my pocket. Because $2,000 on tobacco products would give me $1,100. in my pocket. So then $100 more, I could go to Canada. See what I'm saying? There's a give and take with our decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's my motivation. Is not only will I be helping myself out physically and my testimony, kind of a testimony is that.
Crooked one, crooked.
Very bad, John. The guys I work with that have seen me all them years, I hurt them. I hurt them. I know I have, because you should have seen how they looked at me. They didn't have to say a word. I affected them. Because I was like something they were looking up to, and somebody that they knew was stable, and somebody that they could count on and talk about the Lord and see that I had victory. And now this guy that had all this victory, now look at him. So I know I hurt them. And that's another stronghold I'm going to have to go back to. But church, the Lord gave me tonight that it's think. Because there's consequences.
That's right.
Even though God will forgive you, you might have to the rest of your life look back and be in shame and hurt and regrets. I'm so glad that some of the things I did when I was younger, I didn't pay the ultimate price. Just like I stuck my hand under the lawnmower, my hand's still here. The doctor told me many people do what I've done and lost their hand. I'm glad I never killed anybody drunk driving. But can I get forgiven? Yes. Does that person come out of the grave? No. And a lot of other things. I'm glad I don't have the scars that I could have from the foolishness that I've done. And now here I am. I stepped back. And somebody might say, well, smoking's not that bad, but what else would I maybe do? And keep doing this. Oh, it's okay. I still feel God in my life. And all of a sudden, what happened to me? Never thought this would be where I would be. And then have to work myself all the way back. John, I'm going to make a good choice. I'm going to quit smoking.
Amen.
Amen. You know what? I'm glad you know my birthday's in 6 months, because you know what? That's my last day of work. April 17th next year is my last day of work. I retire. So
big time party here.
Cuban cigars, right?
Pastor right.
Cubans, man, right?
Everybody.
Can't afford them.
That was good.
Make me nervous.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
You see where that trying to justify stuff can be dangerous?
Yeah. When you try to justify your sin, you end up like Samson. All you're doing is tying your hair back for Delilah to cut it off.
Yep.
Well, I don't struggle with, I'm glad I don't struggle with cigars and, smoking.
No, you're handling it pretty good, Pastor.
Yeah, at least I'm not addicted to it.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, you are. Your issue may not be smoking.
Right. Come on.
But there is some part of the flesh that you are addicted to. Amen?
Amen.
And when you acknowledge that, that's where freedom begins.